Hi, I'm Julia Nilsson, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new and you like the content that you hear, please click like and subscribe so that you can get further future videos of mine. So I am an attorney and I'm also a certified divorce coach. And my passion is helping women to avoid the pitfalls that I made during my multi-million-dollar divorce. I made multi-million-dollar mistakes. So regardless of what you think, if you're going through the divorce process, if you are thinking about it, or if you're in the middle of it, the thick of it right now, or even after, there's some practical tips that you should know to protect yourself right now. And in fact, these are so important that I tell my married friends who are happily married, this applies to you too. So one of the first things about divorce specifically is that regardless if you mutually agree to the divorce, assume that it will not be friendly. Okay, I know in the beginning of my divorce, and my last video I mentioned this, but we talked about it and decided it would be fast, fair, and friendly for the sake of our 4 fabulous kids. And within a few months, it turned very fast. So by not preparing up front, you may cause huge problems later. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, so I can help all of you. So my first tip for today is document any spousal communications. This is, again, before and during and after. You want to make sure that you forward all of your divorce-related emails from your spouse to a new email account address. And that's going to make it so much easier when you're talking to your attorneys and your financial advisors and your divorce coach to make sure that you have everything in one spot. Create a new email and forward anything that might be beneficial to help you, and put them in folders. You might have a child custody folder, you might have finances folder, but make sure that you get organized from the beginning, and that will make this whole business of divorce, which it really is a business dissolution, it'll make it so much easier. You also want to screenshot all relevant text messages from your spouse and send them to that email account as well, especially if you have children involved and perhaps there might be custody issues. You want to make sure that you save every message. Even social media, you might want to go in there and look at social media. And if your spouse, for example, is saying there's no money, but they're off jet setting every few months and gone for a month at a time, that will be helpful if you ever need to go to court or mediation regarding that. And you also want to make sure that you record any relevant voicemails. There's that feature in our phones where you can record it, and make sure that you save those too, in case you ever need them. And also journal in-person conversations as well. And then you can always email those to yourself, to that divorce email, and make sure that you have those saved as well. Just document everything. So you have it in case you need it. I hope you don't need it, but you will have it just in case. Okay, my next tip is to make sure that you have your own bank account and that you fund that bank account. So I know in my case, I had like my account, which paid all the expenses, like for the housekeeper, the gardener, the children's lunch money and all that stuff, but it hardly had anything in it. Our joint account had a bunch of money in it to pay the mortgage and all kinds of other things. So make sure preferably before you start the divorce process, is that you do have your own bank account, and make sure it's not at the same family bank where all your other accounts are. Make it at a different bank so that you can protect yourself. And start being creative how to fund that account. So if you're working, that's great. You can put a direct deposit in there, perhaps. If you're not, if you're a stay-at-home mom like I was for over 20 years, you might need to get creative, like getting cash back at the grocery store. So there are different ways to do that, but be clever. Make sure you have your own source of money. In my case, I didn't. We had access to tens of millions of dollars, and I didn't have access to it. It was very one-sided. So just make sure that you can protect yourself, pay your bills. If you need to move out, you've got the money there, and also your legal team and your team to put that together. So I'm going to sign off today, but I do want to remind you, if you do like the content that I mentioned, make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you are on my list, so that you get future recordings. I'm going to be doing these regularly because it's so important I'm passionate about teaching women, especially, to treat their marriages like a business partnership and not just an emotional relationship. It's a business financial relationship. I also do offer free consultation. So the link is in the messages there, the comments. So if you or you know a friend who would like to talk to someone about the divorce process, either before, during, and after, I'm here for you, and I would love to talk with you. So make sure you click on that, and we will get you an appointment. Have a blessed day.